Hi there. Okay, quick video. A couple of weeks ago, I was contacted by one of the Retekess radio distributors. They've seen Oxford Shortwave logs, seen the reception videos, seen, I guess, the sort of many videos of unboxing of certain radios, and asked me if I'd be interested in receiving their V-115 and whether I would do an unboxing video and a video on features and etc. and test it. So I said, yeah, no problem at all. Clearly, this is the same radio as the TIVDO V-115, which is fine. But yeah, so they sent me the radio and it arrived a couple of days ago, and here it is. I don't know much about this radio. I had a quick look, and obviously, you know, for $15, I mean, that's the sort of money this radio can go for. I've seen it advertised at sort of 24, 25, but you can buy this radio for around $15. Expectations aren't necessarily that high. So, you know, it would only have to perform modestly well, I suppose, for it to be a decent buy. So, you know, so the fact it's cheap doesn't matter. I'm still interested to see what this radio is all about. First thing, when it arrived, the box itself is very small. I mean, the box is small enough. I mean, there's my watch, so you can see, and there's my PL880. So the actual radio is going to be very small. So let's open it up and see what we've got. Standard USB charging cable, lithium-ion battery, 1000 milliamp hour spec, the radio itself, and a manual in various languages, which we won't bother with. So here's the actual radio. There she is. And if you look at it in terms of the size, oh, there you go. You can see it's tiny. It's smaller than a Texan PL310 ET, I would say. It's a bit smaller than that. Black plastic case. Doesn't feel particularly high quality, but then why would it? It's $15 radio. We've got headphone socket, a line-in jack, micro SD card slot, because this radio, you can record audio on this radio, USB socket for charging, telescopic antenna, obviously, battery compartment, and then what looks like probably some sort of subwoofer labeled Mega Bass, which, I don't know, might be stretching it slightly. I mean, this radio looks very small. The main speaker is actually quite small. But, you know, nevertheless, give it a whirl. So there it is. Yeah, $15 worth of radio. The proof is in the pudding. So let's put the battery in. It doesn't have a rear stand for using the radio kind of leant back, but no biggie for a $15 radio. Power it up. Welcome. It's got quite a nice dot matrix sort of display. It's on FM. So the first thing to notice on this radio is that the audio is superb. And also, for a $15 radio, I've never seen direct frequency input. Unheard of at this kind of pricing.
At least one pair of foxes, probably several pairs of foxes to breed in captivity, but this had been such a very difficult thing to do that those were the foxes that they basically used from there on, was that population of foxes. Presumably those foxes were less stressed around humans, which is why they were able to breed in captivity. That would be one potential explanation for that.
How good is that audio? Amazing, literally amazing. I'm sort of blown away by the quality of the audio on this little radio. Superb. That's FM. AM. Talk Sport, my favourite radio station on medium wave. Nothing in my office, but if I turn the volume right up. So there you go. That's holding it a bit that's about 2 meters from the window. So the internal ferrite is working okay. Shortwave. Won't bother to try that in here on the telescopic. That'll be difficult. But so, you know, overall, this is yeah, it feels like I mean, like I said, the plastic it doesn't feel particularly high quality, but then it wouldn't for this sort of money. But it feels well put together. The buttons have a good sort of feel to them. They're quite sure, quite solid, and yeah, it's a nice radio. You can lock it. And the other clever thing on here is there's a kind of menu feature where you can set the time for the auto power down. You can sort of set how many minutes you want to do that. You can set the contrast. You can set the backlight time. This one's interesting actually, because what you can do with this is you can actually set the backlight to stay on. And so now the backlight will stay on whilst I'm using the radio. When I switch the radio off again, it will reset back. But that's quite a nice feature. You can plug your MP3 player into it and use it as a sort of line-in device. So you can use it as a speaker, but you can also record audio on this radio directly to the micro SD card that you have to supply there at the back. So, which is quite an interesting little feature. So, you know, overall, quite an interesting little radio. I've got no idea how sensitive it is on AM or shortwave, and you know, there will be separate videos on that. But you know, for the money, for $15, you know, this already looks like quite an interesting radio. I mean, the two really useful features are the fact that you can have the backlight set to stay on permanently, which is a very good feature anyway, and even a lot of expensive portables don't allow you to do that. But also that it has direct frequency input. It's brilliant for this sort of money to have that feature. That you know is you know, that's a real benefit, because there's, you know, like with my PL 360, you know, that's a great little radio, but having to sort of to select bands and then cycle through frequencies, you know, until you get to the one that you want is a bit of a pain. Not so with this little radio. It doesn't have an external antenna socket. I'm not sure if I mentioned that or not, which is, you know, a bit of a pain. But you know, this radio probably wasn't designed to accept large antennas, so no problem with using an alligator clip and attaching the length of wire to the telescopic. You know, it will be interesting to see what this radio can hear, how sensitive it is in a kind of less noisy environment. And so, yeah, overall, I'm quite impressed with it for what it is, which is a very, very cheap portable radio with FM, AM and shortwave. So there you go. If we have a quick look at the box, actually. So I noticed on here, actually, so the box refers to their Facebook page, which is facebook.com/TivDio radio, and the email is support@tivdio.com. So for whatever reason, this radio is marketed as a Retekess in certain geographical locations, TivDio elsewhere, made in China, of course. There's a few features listed. Yeah, portable AM FM shortwave radio, MP3 player speaker with bass sound, and it does have quite good bass for its very diminutive size. Automatic or manually saving radio stations. I'll demonstrate that in a minute. 9-10 kilohertz selectable tuning steps for AM. So radio, mic, line in, recording modes, and you can delete recording file and radio station function. So you can, it sounds like you can do that from the actual radio itself. It will scan. If I press this button, there you go. Again, nice feature for a radio that good at detecting noise, but then most of them are. Yeah, that's a nice feature for a radio that costs like $15. I think it was the SWLing Post who posted something online recently, and they found this radio for sale for $14. So a bargain, whatever. Very, very good audio, excellent audio. And several other features that I'll do at a later date, well, in the near future. This is basically just an unboxing video. So you get the radio, you get the charging cable, you get the lithium-ion battery, and you get a manual. You don't get a case or anything with it, but again, for $14 or $15, you know, it's not a big deal. So there you go. I'll once I've had a play with it. This, by the way, that's a microphone, so you can actually record sound as well. And once I've had a play with it, I'll do another video with the demonstrating the various features in more detail. But this is basically, as I said, the unboxing video. And so there you go, the Retekess V-115, very nice little radio, very, very cheap, and you know, so far I'm finding it to be yeah, quite an interesting little device. More videos to come on this one, so bear with me, but I just need a few more days to just to figure out exactly how it all works, and obviously I'll be testing it on AM, FM and shortwave. So oh, one final thing, there's the supplier provided me with kind of like a promo code for a 20% discount when you buy this radio, but that'll be in the text of the video description when I post it. So keep a lookout for that. Okay, well, hope you enjoyed that. Hope it was useful. Thanks for watching.